Alright, welcome back to another episode of Dumb Stuff with Matt. Tonight, we are working on the interior, finally. What you're seeing here is the bottom of the back seat. It obviously has seen better days. So we're going to go ahead and rebuild this thing. And update it a bit, I guess we'll say. Obviously, the big dumb dog is here with me. He's he's an awesome dog, but he is not the brightest. So I'm gonna put you guys on time lapse while I tear this thing down. I basically need to find out what the structure is, and then I'm gonna rebuild it and start fresh. So let's go to hyperlapse. Now we can really see how bad this is. And it's pretty bad. Let me get you a little closer here so you can see the nastiest part of it. So this is actually the bottom. And even if I recoated this, it wouldn't do us any favors. So I think our game plan here is as follows. I'm gonna take them 2x4s over there. Maybe those 2x2s over there. We're just going to rebuild this frame, and then we'll wrap it in 1/4 inch, then some foam, and then we'll do some white vinyl, kind of tie it into the seats. Yeah, we're going to try to get the frame built tonight. I'm doing pretty good today on work, so let's just keep at it. But all right, I'm going to put you guys back on hyperlapse. All right, there it is. Not too much work, just takes a little bit of time. Hopefully by the weekend I'll be able to get to the hardware store, get a couple sheets of 1/4 inch plywood. We'll wrap this thing in that, rebuild the sides. Those won't take much, they're not hard at all. But yeah, so guess we'll see what happens tomorrow night. Later. All right guys, welcome back. It's Friday night, you know what that means. Back to the projects. Got some here. We got some plywood to finish our seat base for the boat. Tomorrow I'll be running to town to get the vinyl. We're going to do it in white vinyl after it's done. But let me show you in as much detail as possible how I did this. So let's get after it. Okay. So obviously our sheets are much too tall, but definitely not long enough. So we're gonna have to rip these down. This used to be a little bit of a... and I didn't know how to do this before. Someone taught me the right way how to do it, and I'm gonna teach you guys how I do it. So we need to get a total height of our piece. That is, we're gonna call it 14 and 15/16. So 13, 15 sixteenths. So we're going to go along this board. Which way would be? I got an idea. I'm not sure what this is, but we have it. Well, now I can't see my marks. Here's one. Here's one. Here's one. Probably it's not going to look out very well. We'll probably end up flipping this over because I bet I screwed this up. But that is the game of do it yourself. Let's see, how does that look? You guys see the line? Kinda. And it is fairly close to straight. Let's measure it. Close. Close. Not so close. Well, what happened there? Must be a tape measure problem. Hint, hint. I'm an idiot. Let's go a little shorter runs here. Maybe that'll be all right. Take it. The good news is, this doesn't really have to be perfect. It's going to be all covered up, so we can fudge a little bit. It appears my snowplow blade is not perfectly square. I'm not exactly sure how that works because it should be square, but it's been sitting on the shelf for a couple of years, so we'll let it do its thing, I guess. How does that look from a distance? Sure. Close enough. Alright. And you know, before you use heavy tools that could possibly cut your fingers off, it's always a good idea to hydrate. Yep, that's perfect. Okay. Now, the fun part. I don't know how you boys do it, but I've gotten a little smarter over the years and less prepared for a YouTube video, apparently. Sure, that'll hold. Why not? Now, I got this here tool. Probably the best $150 I've ever spent. I use this thing on everything. What we're gonna do here is we're just gonna run that line, and hopefully, if I'm not a total idiot, our measurements match. Oh, never forget, get your safety glasses on. If my wife comes out here and catches me not wearing them, that might be the end of me. Anybody else have that problem where your safety glasses just get coated with stuff? I'm sure there's a solution for that. All right, Here we go. Well, who did that? Kinda hard to cut when the clamp's in the way, Matt. Yahtzee. Great idea. Wear a black shirt when you're cutting wood. Well, let's take a look. How did my cut come out? As you can expect, gentlemen, it isn't perfect, but if we put that to the bottom, nobody's going to see it. So let's go ahead and get this thing mounted down. We don't need you in here right now. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say it. It's not perfect, but it's gonna get the job done. We need to hit that edge. That's a little too much. Let's buzz that off. Fantastic. Okay. What do you guys think? I think it's looking pretty good. Okay. So, now we need to do the remainder. Don't forget, keep drinking. Let's see. Tape measure, tape measure. Anybody else have that problem with a tape measure just disappears? I put it there in my spare parts bin. The car has been sitting in my garage for a year. Now we need one that is 29 3/4. Simple enough. We're going to try doing quite a few more dots this time. 29 3/4 is what I said, right? Thanks. Thanks, whoever said that. That was so easy, I'll take it twice. Well, how'd we do? I'm not going to argue about that too much. I am okay with that. What we're going to do next, I really don't like that edge looking like that. What's the other side look like? Oh yeah, look there. Don't mind the cracks. Let it buff out. Alright, so now we have our face done. Man, imagine that thing going on the water, just flapping around in the breeze. Alright, so let me go get some other tools together, and we're going to attach this to the wood. Screws. Hopefully I got enough screws. So I'm going to put you guys on hold. Okay, so now we're going to attach our plywood to our frame. What I do on these, flip her over, sure all the sawdust and stuff is off, butt it up to where I'm going to have it, take a little bit of this caulk. You'll notice, gentlemen, I use white caulk this round. Not for any good reason, other than I like to see it. You can try to fill in all the voids and make it a tight fit. That is not the point of it. The point of it is, once it's sealed, it'll keep the board from rattling itself loose. I don't know how many of you guys mess with boats, but it's fairly common to have quite a stereo system set up in your boat. And I happen to be of that similar thought. I like loud music on my boats. I pre-drill each hole because I don't trust Menards lumber quality. Always seems like if I don't, I get big cracks and everything. I do try to counterseat the heads a little bit, so when I put my vinyl on, it doesn't rub through. I'm gonna probably put this one on fast mode now because you don't need to sit here and watch me do this. Okay, up next we're going to go back to our caulking and we're just going to run a line. Not completely around, just enough to hold it in place. I mean, it's pretty solid, no vibrations, but just a little extra to help the screws stay tight. Get our paper towel. All we're going to do is just run a little line. Okay, next step. What we've got here is obviously the base of the back seat. Most boats, this is where your speakers will be, this is where some of your LED lighting will be. We are going to build all that into this, and the cool thing about doing it yourself is you can pretty much do it however you want. So in this case, we got to put two 6x9s in, and then there's 3 LED light pods that'll go along the top of this. So the ticket here is to make sure it looks squared from a distance. So I take the cutout that they've got from the speaker. I've already cut the center out for where our cuts are going to go. And I'm going to measure exactly 3 inches over and 3 inches up. Well, come on, meow. Okay, so 3 inches up, right there. 3 inches over. Dang, it keeps moving on me. Okay, 3 inches. Straight, 3 inches, almost straight. Get the weight off. Close. Son of a bitch. Happy. So what I do next, a little bit of masking tape, hold it in place. Try not to press too hard so I don't rip the template when I go to pull it out. Double check. 3, 3, 3, 3. Perfect. Take our here marker. Just follow this line. Whoa. Apparently I've been drinking too much. I can make a straight line with a marker. Okay. All right, we got 2 speakers installed, and it turns out the little, whatever they call this tool, makes the right frequency that my dog goes ape shit. So they look pretty square. Now the other thing we have to account for is, like I said, there's going to be 3 LED light pods, one in the center, one on each edge. It'll match the LED light pods in the rest of the boat, was in the last boat video. So let's make some provisions for those, and then we're pretty much ready to start sanding, I think. I still got to build the sides yet, I guess, but yeah, hang tight here, let's continue on. Well guys, I didn't realize how much footage we had of this job. I've probably got close to 15 or 16 hours in this. So I'm actually going to split this up, I think, into a 2-part series, maybe a 3-part. You can see I got the sides done this evening. I still have to flip it over and do the paint and the sealer. But yeah, this is a lot more work than I expected. So if you're going to follow what I did, just keep that in mind. It's a solid couple days work. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. I will post the final bits. I think we're going to do a 2-part series, hopefully. I'm trying to keep my videos at less than a half hour. That way I'm not wasting a bunch of people's time with my stupidity. But yes, so again, we appreciate you watching. If you got anything, comments, whatever you want below. Alex over there actually finally settled down tonight, which is nice. We'll see you guys on step 2.